Let me tell you a story. There was a really cold winter day that snow was blowing, and Northeast Ohio, it gets pretty cold sometimes. It was one of those nasty days that you just didn't want to go outside and do anything. But I needed to check the mail, so I ended up putting my boots and my coat on and started to walk down the driveway towards the mailbox. And as I got about halfway through or so, I got this nudging that I needed to do more for young people. You gotta understand that we'd already been doing an after-school program, and we've been helping a ton of kids and teenagers in our neighborhood. So I got to the mailbox, and when I got to the mailbox, I looked down, and I saw this discarded, tore-up, grayish-brown looking teddy bear that was face down in the muck. And my first thought that went through my mind was, get that nasty thing out of here, or who would put this in my yard? And I really didn't want to deal with it, and so I didn't. Each day for about a week, we did the same thing. Went to the mailbox each day, got a little messier. And then I got a little frustrated thinking that somebody would throw it out on my yard. I didn't really want to deal with it, so I ignored it, and I went back to the house. Several days went by, several times went to the mailbox, and the same thing happened. Same prompting that we needed to do more for young people. And when I got to the mailbox that day, I decided, since nothing had carried that stupid little teddy bear away, that I needed to reach down and pick it up. And as soon as I reached down and picked it up, I got an image of young people that were ripped up, tore up, discarded, wounded teddy bears that no one really wanted to deal with. Realizing that working with youth, there was always trauma that was in their lives, but never really thought about it as much as I did when I touched the teddy bear. So I got this whole new message to preach on Sunday morning about humanity and what humanity's doing to the young people and how they feel like this discarded teddy bear. And so I went into the house very excited about changing the message, and walked into the kitchen and held it up to my wife, and it was kind of falling apart. And I was really excited about telling her what I wanted to do and how I wanted to preach the message. And she turned to me and she goes, "Get that nasty thing out of my house." And so reluctantly, I put it in a bag and I took it out to the garage. For about a week or two, we went to a couple different places. And on the last day that I had preached that message, a week or two later, a lady walked up to me in the church and she wanted to know if she could have the teddy bear. And so I basically told her, "Yeah, you can have it, but I don't know if I want to give it to you or not." And she said, "Trust me with it." Reluctantly, I gave it to her, not sure what she was going to do with it. About 2 weeks later, she comes back and she has a red bag that she hands me. And in the red bag that she hands me, I look down inside and there's an envelope that says the restoration of the teddy bear. But what was different was the teddy bear was not brown, it was pure white. And as I lifted the teddy bear up and I began to look at it, I realized that she had restored it, but there was still some damage to the teddy bear. It wasn't completely 100% restored. And I found out when I began to read her letter that she had experienced the same things of what we were trying to help people with, that she was the teddy bear, that she had been neglected and abused and had been left alone, and she'd carried this pain with her whole life. But what was neat was in the letter, she began to explain how she restored the teddy bear. And through her working through the teddy bear, she felt herself being healed from all the pain and anguish that she had carried her whole life. It became an example of what it takes to put someone's life back together that's gone through so much trauma. And so the teddy bear really represents what we need to do to let restoration happen to us, that sometimes we might think that we're something different than what we are. You can be restored completely. And how you look today is not how we believe you can look tomorrow. It was the teddy bear that really was the driving force that caused us to do SafeHouse Ministries. And so what we do now is that we look at each of the individual kids that come into our organization as that teddy bear. And so that's the reason why the teddy bear is so important to us.